Welcome back to my channel, everyone. This is Nate from Nate's Here and There, coming to you live from near or far. On today's episode, we are back at Quaker Cemetery here in Camden, South Carolina. This is part 4. This is part 4 of this cemetery. I'm almost done. So, come along with me today on this episode. Here's a 1860 to 1931. A 1867 to 1944. And a 1894 to 1977. Okay, I think I found the oldest one so far. Mr. Ralph F. James, 1877 to 1954. On this video. 1885 to 1910. And I found the oldest one on this video so far. 1875 to 1942. Sorry, they keep getting older. That's 1833 to 1900. Parker Clark. Here's a 1875 to 1935. And a 1884 to 1953. Here's a 1877 and 1955. 1872 to 1956, Alfred Edward Kennedy. And here's a historic 1840 to 1896. He was a general in the military in the Revolutionary or the Civil War. 1841 to 1864 and 1842 to 1917. And all these right here are children. 1854 to 1863. 1857 to 1859. I guess they was died at birth. 1827 to 1873. 1821 to 1896. Here's 1840 to 1896. Joseph Dunlap. Here's a Charles von Trescrow, Lieutenant Colonel, Army, Foreign Service Officer, June 18th, 1872, died in Camden, 1951. And Sarah Kennedy, 1874 to 1965. Here's 1892 to 1941. Miss Lois Jones. And here's Henry Arthur Brown, 1884 to 1961. Here's Ava Walding Humphreys, MD, a doctor, 1889 to 1978. 90 years old. Frederick Miller Jones, 1894 to 1953. And Helen Jones, 1862 to 1930. William Jones, 1862 to 1907. Here's Mr. Martha Smith, 1855 to 1930. And William Smith, 1854 to 1911. And here's 1854 to 1942. And 1841 and 1907. I don't know what this is. It's a headstone, but I got a chain around it. And I can't read any of the writing on it. Here's 1853 to 1910. In 1837 and 1904, 1813 to 1858, 1828 to 1901, and I can't really read this one. Okay. Here's the oldest one out here, 1815 to 1878. And there's a 1823 to 1899. Here's a 1873 to 1951. 1883 to 1960. Here's 1862 to 1927. 1874 to 1922. And I can't read this one. Here's 1884 to 1929. Here's 1860 to 1900. 1857 to 1927. 1892 to 1894. I was 2 years old. 1892 to 1951. Here's 1846 to 1919. He was a judge in Supreme Court. In 1892 to 1897. Here's 1882 to 1917. The oldest one. Rebecca Goodall. 1800 to 1885. 85 years old. 1845 to 1923. That's about the only one I can read over here. Here's a 1848 to 1903. Miss Mary Jane Goodall. Now this next spot we're going to is not actually in the down at the cemetery. It's part of the cemetery, but it's a Revolutionary War park. Part of the cemetery. So I'm gonna walk through this, and this will be it for this video. Well, let's walk through it right quick. It says Revolutionary War Memorial. This memorial is dedicated to American Revolutionary War heroes who were patriots of the Old Camden district. Markers are for patriots buried in graves known and unknown. Patriots in marked graves in the Quaker cemetery are, and it goes to the names. So let's go through here and see what we see. Francis Boykin, 1745 to 1821. And you got John Martin, 1730 to 1790. Samuel Boykin, 1748 to 1791. And Adam F. Brisbane, 1754 to 1797. And I can't pronounce that one. McIntosh Jr. LeChain McIntosh Jr. 1758 to 1783. John Fletcher, 1755 to 1796. Another 1800 to 1855. I can't really read it. I don't know what Isaac something. And this grave right here is Agnes of Glasgow, 1760 to 1780. She was only 20 years old. But it said, here sleeps Agnes of Glasgow, who traditionally says followed her lover of the British Army across the ocean and through the wilderness to Camden. She was taken by death before she found him and buried here at night by King Hagler and his men. It says she haunts this place. That's what somebody was saying. That's what it said on the paper. But I got this to say. How do we know, the 14 soldiers that was buried, they buried about a month ago. How do we know but one of them was a British soldier? How do we know that it wasn't him that was killed up there on the battlegrounds in the Battle of Camden? I thought about that when I said, when somebody said something about her longing for her lover. Well, how do we know that wasn't the guy that they buried a couple weeks ago? I think that's part of the graveyard right here. These are Jewish. These are Jewish people. 1817 to 1887. And you can tell that symbol on the bottom, that's Jewish. That's what I was told at the historic Camden, that this is a Jewish family. 1822 to 1898. Mary Martin. Let's see, 1850 to 1911. And I can't read the rest of these. You can't read the rest of them. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed me walking around this is my final day at Quaker Cemetery here in Camden, South Carolina. I hope you enjoyed it, the 4 parts. They'll be up later on. They won't be up tonight because I've got a lot of videos I got to do, so be looking for them in the future. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to the channel. Hit your bell to notify you when I upload videos just like this one. And remember to love God, love others, and reach the world.